Thanks for joining. I'm very excited. Our organization is very excited to announce the official signing of Patrick Peterson that we just finalized today. It's amazing how things come together during free agency. And his agent, Joel Siegel, who is one of the best, if not the best in the business, actually had given me a call. I just got back Wednesday from Georgia's Pro Day, and I was sitting in the Delta Sky Club in Atlanta. I got a call from Joel Siegel, asked if we'd be interested in Patrick Peterson. Well, naturally, we have looked at Patrick. We had talked about him during our free agency meetings, but didn't think we would have a legitimate shot. And then next thing I know, I talked to Rob Brzezinski. Can we figure this out to make it work from a cap planning standpoint? But most importantly, we need to get this player on our football team. And Joel and Rob were able to make that work. I think this thing came together in about 2 hours. I talked to Patrick on the phone. I had Coach Zim talk to Patrick on the phone. I sent him our recruiting video. And then by the time I landed back from Atlanta that night, this thing was done and agreed to. Patrick is not only, it speaks for himself what he's going to bring to us on the football field. An 8-time Pro Bowler. He's been named to the All-Decade team. He's going to be a future Hall of Famer. But more importantly is not only what he does off the field, but what him and his family stand for off the field. And his wife, Antonique, and their daughters, Peyton and Parker. His wife is a doctor and has been on the front lines battling this COVID-19. We always try to not only bring the best football players in here, but great people. And there's no question his qualifications are on the field. And I know how excited Coach Zim is and our defensive staff to start working with him and the experience he's going to bring to our young group on the back end. But I also know that he has a lot of football left. And usually when you bet on guys that have the pedigree that he has, you're going to get some outstanding football going forward. And I know he has a lot to prove to a lot of people. And he didn't have anything to prove to us because we already know what type of football player he is. But just visiting with him over the last about hour or so, just getting to know him a little bit, I know we brought in a great person and what him and his family stand for. So with that, I'll kick it over to Patrick. And Patrick, welcome to Minnesota. Thanks.
Thanks, Rick. What a awesome opportunity that me and my family have to take our talents over here to Minnesota. I want to thank the Wills family, Rick, Coach Zim, for giving me this opportunity to continue my career going on. This team has nothing but a winning pedigree, and this is the organization that I wanted to be around. Just the training facility, the workout facility, just everything that the ownership is putting in behind this football club. They wanted to come out to be a winner. So I'm happy to be a part of it. As you see, I wore my nice purple suit today, being back in my old roots, coming back from LSU. It feels good to be back in the purple and yellow. So I'm excited to be here. And I can't wait to see how the season is going to unfold for us.
We'll go to Chris Thomason for the first question.
Oh, hey, Patrick. Welcome to Minnesota. Just kind of piggybacking on what Rick Spielman said about your agent reaching out. I mean, at what point did you kind of think the Vikings would be a good fit in free agency? And in your words, talk about it, how it all came together last week.
Just looking at a couple teams, I thought, Coach Zim himself, stood out to me. Just his reputation speaks for itself. The things that he's able to do with the defense, not only with the defense, but with defensive backs. Speaking of Deion Sanders, Leon Hall, Terrence Newman, Jonathan Joseph, the list goes on, and he's able to, help further those guys' career. And if you look at all of those guys' career, those guys played, 13, 14 plus years. So Coach Zim definitely have something that he's giving those guys to not only help, propel their career into new heights, but also, help their career be a longevity career as well. So I just thought, the culture around here, the atmosphere around here was everything for me. I believe it definitely checked off all the boxes. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to get rolling.
Darren Wolfson.
Patrick, good morning. Welcome to Minnesota. Rick says you have a lot of football left. Can you expound on that? What exactly do you have left?
My dreams and aspirations was to play, 16 years. I feel I'm fairly healthy. Haven't had, any major injuries throughout my career. And I feel unbelievable. I feel great. I'm in shape. My mind feel young, my body feel young, and I just want to continue to grind. Whenever you lose that drive, that focus of that desire of not wanting to work out and not wanting to, go to work, that's when I'll decide, that'll be, the calling point for me. But from at this moment right now, I feel unbelievably great. Like I said, my shape is unbelievable. I just want to continue playing at a high level.
Darren Urban.
Hey, Patrick. Congratulations, bud. Was there a chance at any point once we got to free agency that you could have come back to the Cardinals? And looking back on your career here, just what are you going to think of over your decade with the Cards?
Oh, man, like I told Mr. Bill, I had an unbelievable 10 years there in Arizona. Just want to thank the Bidwell family for giving me an opportunity to fulfill my dream. Drafted me in 2011, made my dreams come true. And just have an opportunity to be there and watch that organization grow from, what it was into what it is now. From my first game, scoring an 89-yard touchdown, just the memories just continue going on from there. But, the weather, everything about Arizona, never thought that I would be playing for another team. But like I told Mr. Bidwell, that's reality now, and that's the nature of the business. And at the end of the day, I'm completely fine with that. But as long as I'm able to hold on to my great memories, the great teammates that I had, the friendships that I was able to grow, just like me and yours, Darren. So I had an unbelievable time there. Don't know why it didn't work out. Things happen. I definitely, like I said, never saw myself playing for another team, but here I am today playing for the Minnesota Vikings. So, but I feel like, Mr. Bill said they did, they feel like they not necessarily had to move in a different direction, but, had more needs and, feel like needed more guys, other guys on the team to help them, turn that corner. So wish the Bidwells nothing but the best of luck. And all my teammates that's over there right now, you guys know I got nothing but love for y'all. And we'll see y'all here. I don't know when we play you guys, but we'll see you guys there in the toaster here pretty soon.
Good luck, Patrick.
Thanks, Darren.
Joe Schmidt.
Yes, Patrick, I'm wondering from Minnesota here, where Larry Fitzgerald obviously grew up here. How much did Larry Fitzgerald help you grow by going against him in practice, and then kind of his work ethic that he brought to the game?
Larry is just an unbelievable pro. I tell him all the time, I just thank him for helping me understand how to be a pro. Most guys see, him working out, see him doing certain things, out on the practice field before everybody else. But a lot of guys don't understand how to be a pro. Guys see what it looks like, but they don't understand how to be a pro. And Larry did a great job of teaching me that, taking me up under his wing. He was the guy who picked me up from the airport in that lockout season. I remember me and my wife, my fiance at the time, packing up all of our luggage in the back of his Bentley car. For him, I think Larry was in the league 7 years at the time, 7, 8 years. He didn't have to do that. And by him, showing his characteristics and showing the man that he really is, that's one of the guys I wanted to follow. And from that day on, just, had a great big brother, a great mentor, a great teammate. Everything you can ask for. Larry has definitely been great to me and my family. So, I know he haven't made a decision yet if he's going to play or not, but I'm definitely going to miss being around Big Bro.
Matthew Caller.
Hi, Patrick. I was hoping you could talk a little more about Mike Zimmer and what you see there, and just maybe schematically and what you see on his defense and where you might fit, and just what it's like to compete against him the times that you have.
One thing I can say, competing against Coach Zim, his team's going to be well prepared. His team's going to be competitive, and his team is going to be relentless. Having the opportunity to be recruited by Coach Zim too, being drafted in 2011, he was a defensive coordinator over at Cincinnati, and having the opportunity to pick his brain and just seeing the history and his track record of some of the guys that he was able to work with throughout his NFL career, his very long NFL career. And it just made sense to me, because I feel like I said, I have a lot left in the tank. And every cornerback or, every defensive back that Coach Zim had the opportunity to help, take their game to the next level, he's done that. His defense itself, is always in the top 10. I think last year was probably his worst finish since he's been here as a head coach. And just, like I said, just the tenacity that his team has when they step out on the football field on Sunday. It just goes to show that, like I said, his teams are well prepared, and they just have a relentless mindset that's undeniable. So that's why I wanted to be a part of this organization. Coach Zim football team do a great job on the offensive side of taking care of the football. Captain Kirk had I believe his best year last year throwing the ball. Got Justin Jefferson on the outside, Adam, who's a good golf buddy of mine. You got Dalvin. I mean, you got weapons all over the place, and that's just on the offensive side of the ball. You got Anthony Barr, Harrison, myself. You got Hunter. I'm sorry. I know I'm forgetting some people, but we're loaded. So if we can come in here and stick to the core, the three core value words around, I believe it was unity, commitment, and relentless. If we can get all 53 guys on the same page for 16 games, or it might be 17 games this year, if I'm not mistaken, we have a chance to do something pretty special.
Andrew Kramer.
Hey, Patrick, I just wanted to ask you about your scouting process of just the Vikings roster. What do you think? You brought up a lot of names there, but what do you think about the defensive back room that you're joining? And certainly, what's your leadership style that you are going to try to bring with these young guys?
Well, haven't had an opportunity to really dial in as far as look at tape on the young guys. I have not real good friends with Mike, but have a good relationship with Mike. Harrison played in a bunch of Pro Bowls with him, I believe 2 for sure, maybe 3. I know they had Chris Jones here last year. I don't think he's still on the roster. I played with him in Arizona. I know a couple of the young guys we drafted last year. So like I said, I really haven't done any digging on the defensive back side of the ball. I mean, in the defensive backfield, but I do know that we have some young guys in that room that definitely earned a lot of playing time last year. That I won't mind, showing them the road. Like I alluded to earlier, Larry showing me how to be a pro, showing these young guys how to be a pro, how to study to take their game to the next level for sure.
Sam Ekstrom.
Hey, Patrick, as you hit the age 30 mark, what are some routines and habits that you've gotten into to make sure that Father Time doesn't catch up to you? And how have you kept your body in shape?
Man, just honestly, just continually working around the clock. There's no off seasons, because the time that you take a break or let your body go in this, relaxed state, that's when you're going to lose a step, because at the same time, your body is not able to, recover or bounce back as quickly or as efficient as it was in your earlier years. So I try to work around the clock, just try to keep my body acclimated of always being in some type of exhorted, exercise, or, always just pushing the envelope to where, once I do roll into the season on Sunday, roll into the season, I'm going to be in well shape. My body's going to be well conditioned, and I do necessarily things throughout the week to make sure that I don't have these knacks and bruises and these aches, to where that I can be I can play at my best on Sundays. And I think the regimen I've been on for the last 8-9 years it's been great to me. I haven't missed any time due to injuries. So I think I'm doing something right. So I want to keep it going in the right direction, so I can fulfill my goal of my NFL playing career.
Courtney Cronin.
Hi, Patrick. Did the Vikings pursue you as a cornerback, or do you envision potentially that this might be where you move to safety? I know on Brandon Marshall's podcast, you said you were open to that idea. Do you know kind of what the plan is, where you might be playing in 2021?
Well, I believe the plan is me playing cornerback. I believe, like Rick alluded to, I know that I have a lot left in the tank. I feel that I still have a good position, as far as being in position to make plays at the cornerback position. So I know I can still play at a high level. So my position will be cornerback for sure.
Patrick, Rick mentioned that there's still a lot to prove. I guess looking back at the last 2 years, how do you think those went? And when you look at those, is there, any area that you're looking to improve on coming into this season?
I don't think the last 2 seasons, definitely went as planned, having, year before having to serve that 6-game suspension. Last year having little ebbs and flows throughout the season. I can't really point at what caused that or whatever. I just know there's long seasons and things happen throughout the season to where not necessarily get thrown off track or anything like that. It's just, you just have to find ways. With me being in this game for a very long time, when things don't go right, you just have to stick to the script. And, with me playing 150 something games, I've been through worse times, I've been through the good times, been through the bad times. Just as long as I find a way to stick to the strip and fall back on my fundamentals, I know I'll be okay. So now having a fresh start, new scenery, fresh air, I think it's going to be great for me.
Ben Gessling.
Patrick, just wanted to ask you about your relationship with Justin Jefferson after playing with his older brother at LSU. How well do you guys know each other, and what have you thought of him so far in the NFL?
Man, I've known Justin since, he was 10, 11 years old, and always been keeping in touch, while I was in the league, coming back to LSU and watching them play. Him and my brother is actually the same age, so they keep in contact with one another. But what Justin was able to achieve in the league, well, it's no surprise, because I've seen him literally do all the route running, catching the ball with one hand right outside of our apartment complex, WCA in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So to see him achieve the goals and the accolades that he have achieved thus far in his young NFL career is no surprise, so because he's been prepping himself for this moment ever since he was, like I said, 10, 11 years old. So he's been doing it the right way ever since he was in college. A guy you can just tell never complain, just a hard worker. Knowing his mom, his dad, John, and Miss Elaine. So, very, very great, strong family values, and was raised right. And Minnesota definitely got picked up a great receiver in Justin for sure.
Dave Campbell.
Patrick, the cornerback group that you're joining has a lot of really young guys. I'm just wondering, when you do start to get to work with them on the field, sort of where do you start as far as, lending them advice about how to play the position in this league?
Well, first and foremost, it starts with yourself. You have to be able to, self-evaluate yourself, understand what you can do well, what you need to work on, and then that's when you can, start getting on the odds, start worrying about the playbook, understanding the playbook a little bit better. Then after you understand the playbook, learn how to study your opponent. Then after you learn how to study your opponent, learn how to practice. Because I have a saying that you practice how you're going to play. You have some young, I've seen it. I've been in the league for 11 years now. I've seen guys come in and take practice, like a joke on a Wednesday or a Thursday. The next thing you know, that come up on Sunday, be like, you did that on Wednesday because you didn't take it serious. So it's just little things like that, just taking the walkthrough seriously. Because now in today's game, we have to, you can't be out on the field, as long as you were as far as the hitting wise. So you have more walkthroughs now. So you have to take advantage of those type of things. Everything that is scheduled is for a reason. So you make sure you want to take, while you're on the football field, classroom, or wherever it may be, you want to take it serious and put your best foot forward at all times.
We'll go Courtney, Craig, and Chris to round this out.
Patrick, obviously this is like a weird time to be a free agent, and for it being your first time being a free agent, what was that experience like for you? And did you lean on anybody to, I guess, know what the process was like at 30 years old going through it the first time?
Right. I was pretty calm. I'm the type of guy that goes with the flow. I knew I would be playing for a football team, just didn't know who. And at the end of the day, I control what I can control. And what I can control was, the film that I put on tape last year. And hopefully someone, it was good enough for someone thinking that I can come in and help their team, win ball games. So, like I said, Rick and Coach Zim, know that I have a lot left in the tank. They know that I can come help this team win ball games and help get this thing back in the right direction.
Greg Peters.
Hey Patrick, welcome to Minnesota and the Vikings.
Thanks.
It's been a hard year for a lot of people. You have a direct family member right on the front lines. What's kind of gotten your family through kind of the challenges of the past year?
Just having each other, having each other back, and looking out for one another. Because going through this pandemic, we was on shutdown for like a month and a half when it first started, and everything started moving around, getting slow, and you had to wear masks. And now I have two daughters, a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old. So I have to make sure I stay extremely smart on, the people I bring into my house, where I'm going, my surroundings. So I just think just having each other back, that's definitely something that's kept us healthy. Because thank God no one in my household have came into touch with COVID-19. So just making sure that we're looking out for one another, making sure that we're taking care of taking all the necessary, the proper steps into being safe. And with my wife being a doctor, like you said, kind of not giving us like a cheat code, but, she's a little bit more harder on us about the virus. So versus with someone, that's not in the medical field. So mommy has definitely been keeping the Peterson household nice and safe.
We'll go to Chris for the final question.
Hey, Patrick, Rick Spielman in his intro brought up your impressive resume, all-decade Pro Bowls, etc. How do you feel you rank in NFL history among cornerbacks?
Oh, that's a tough question. I still got a lot left. I still got a lot of football left to play. And the guys that's in front of me played, 14, 13, 15. Charles Woodson played 20, so I got a long way to go. So I'll give you, come back to me about another 5 years, and I'll probably have a better definite answer for you.
All right, 2026.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Patrick.
All right, guys.